Chris Collins here from SCSeTools support. We'll be taking a look today at file upload errors and actually how to correct those whenever you're uploading data into the system. They can be corrected by the technician who uploaded the file as well as the data approvers. The technician will actually get a prompt as they're uploading the file, letting them know that there's something wrong with it. We're just going to demonstrate that today, how you can actually correct those errors to ensure that the data is actually inserted in SCSeTools. So what we'll do is we'll go ahead and take a look at eTools. We have a file prepared that actually has file errors in it, so we'll go ahead and click on the data upload. Once we go click on upload, we'll choose the file that we have. And once I click on choose file, I'll go ahead and select the file. And here's our error file. Click on open and then upload. During the upload process, what it actually does is it'll go through and it does a bunch of checks and balances to make sure that everything looks well, that there's nothing kind of strange, something out of bounds. Make sure that all the IDs actually exist on sites that you have access to within the database, as well as just making sure that the temperatures, like we'll be doing in the demo here, that is something actually realistic instead of being a well that's 10,000 degrees, something along those lines. GPS information as well. If your GPS module goes bad, it actually spits out an error code and it'll actually just flag those and let you know that there's something wrong with the module. Those can be corrected by just entering zeros in the corrected field, so it's pretty straightforward as well. If you have any questions with that, always you can contact support and we can walk you through that. We'll go ahead and we'll click on the upload here for our file. Once we upload, if you notice on the top right hand side, it'll actually says file selected had uploading contains errors. And then we'll get our weather information too that is actually within the file. So once we go ahead and click on save, we'll go ahead and select our file here that we have. This is the one we just uploaded. It drops to the top of the list. You'll notice at the bottom the file errors here shows 1, the file data shows 2. The file data tab, if we click on that, these readings right here actually do get allowed to go through to eTools, so you can do your reporting on it. You can review data, exceedances are generated from it, that sort of thing. The file errors are actually held off into limbo, so it's kind of hold off to the side until they can actually be corrected. Once you click on the file errors tab, you'll actually see exactly what the issue was here. So under the data issue, it says the adjusted temperature should be between -25 and 2500. It shows what the site name is we're actually uploading the data to, so that ID actually does match one of the sites we have access to. The point ID, so what the data collection point that you're using for your instrument, and then as well as the point name. So again, for some of the sites that actually have EW135 as opposed to the whole ID there, that would show up there as well. We have the date and time of our reading, what field actually showed the error, so the adjusted temperature in this case, and then what that value was. Just for the sake of the demonstration, this is 8,000 degrees here is what was actually entered in the adjusted temperature. We'll say that these were manually entered into the field and actually that the technician meant to hit 80 and just hit the one too many buttons. So what we do to correct that is we'll go ahead and we'll click on the top right hand side, we'll click on edit. We'll go back to the corrected data field, which is to the right of where the error data is, and we'll go ahead and we'll double click on that field there and we'll type in our 80. So the correct value is what was supposed to be in there. We'll go ahead and just click anywhere down here off of that. What that'll do is you'll notice that this status here changed over from red over to yellow, so that means that it actually complies with the checks and balances. Everything looks good. This would actually be able to go through on the system. Once you have your corrections and everything made, you can go ahead and click on save there in the top right of that section, and it'll let you know here in the top it's been saved complete. If you have any site weather information, you also have the option to actually edit that there as well, so just keep that in mind. If you have any, some people use that for reporting and things like that, so you can also correct that there as well. For the file errors, you'll notice that changed over from 0 there. It'll still have it listed, but it's showing in green, meaning that it actually is in the system now. And then we have our file data over here went from 2 over to 3. If we click on that, you'll actually see that reading there, which has been corrected, is actually there with the rest of the data. So all of this is good to go. You can do your reporting on it, can be approved, that sort of thing. As always, if you have any questions, you can contact us with support. Our email is support@SCSeTools.com, and our phone number is 866-612-6820. Hours of operation is 8 o'clock in the morning Eastern time to 5 o'clock Pacific, so there's a 12-hour window if you ever need anything. As always, if you need any more training or if there's anything else that we can do for you, feel free to give us a call or send us an email. Thank you.